Hi everybody, this is Ginger and this is Ginger's Chat Show and it's Friday, March 15th, which is known in ancient Roman I'm sorry. Known in ancient Roman times, yeah, it's a March. You know what that means. This is the day several centuries ago that Julius Caesar got done in. Hi Dorothy! How are things in Florida? Um, so anyway, get on with the news here. Um, First of all, there have been big storms were rolling through yesterday. There were some various tornadoes. One tornado hit Ohio, and news was just coming out of that. I don't know what town was hit, but one tornado hit a town that crossed the Ohio River and went into another town. Um, yeah, it's trying to warm up here too, but Loki, no, you're gonna scrub your claw. Stop, okay? Um, so anyway, there've been a number of people hurt and killed in Ohio, so, but they're still gathering information and news and everything. Um, a lot of stuff that's happening, and I'll be reporting more of that on Wednesday. And so you will know, I will not be doing my chat show on Monday because I have a doctor's appointment for my hand. So I won't hold my. I'll put out a reminder Monday morning to remind you to say, hey, I'm not going to be doing my chat show today. So, um, anyway, the news came out this morning of the Georgia case, you know, that frivolous trial regarding Fonnie Willis and claiming she had well, all this other stuff regarding it on her own personal time when she had don't talk to her prosecutors and everything as one prosecutor and claiming she had a romantic relationship and everything with him, which she really didn't. So they were just good friends. Um, and then gathering information, everything regarding a job, regarding Trump. And anyway, the judge ruled, Scott McAfee ruled this morning that, uh, yeah, Scott McAfee ruled that Fonnie Willis can't stay on the case, or she could give the case to another prosecutor. But she had to have one of her prosecutors that they claimed that she had a relationship with that he could resign or she could fire him. Well, she's not gonna fire him, but probably assign him to another case somewhere. That's probably what she's gonna do. Or he's gonna go back to his private practice, one or the other. Um, I thought when all that came up, that was totally ridiculous, and it's uncalled for, and so what she does on her personal time? She's not doing it on the clock or anything. It's on personal time. What she does is her business and no one else's. And this one lawyer that they basically worked for Trump, trying to get her off the case. She got herself into trouble. So I'm glad that she's still on the case and she could go after Trump full force and really, say, hey, let's get with it and get it over with. Now, Trump needs to stop just let his lawyers do their jobs, and he needs to shut up. Of course, with this narcissist attitude, he doesn't want to shut up. So, um, so anyway, I'm glad that ruled this way. I really am. Now, as far as her friend, as far as her prosecutor being on her staff and everything else, they should just leave it alone and not do this one condition crap. And just rule there's nothing happened, nothing untoward. She paid for everything herself. He paid for everything for himself, and there was no money exchanged. Okay? And so, they need to be stop nitpicking is what they need to do. And Jim Jordan needs to stay out of it. Okay? And I suggest Ohio go after Jim Jordan. Because of the other thing when he was at Ohio State University when he did the, yeah. So, also the two poll, I didn't get the name of the two polls that were doing things, or doing the polls. I would say there's a Reuters poll and there's one other poll, Washington Post poll or something like that. I don't know which poll it was, but there were two polls that were conducted. And it's been calculated that President Biden beat Trump. He really, his was very, very high, and people know that he does a good job. And so what? President Biden's 81 years old. And he's very smart. He's very, very, very healthy. Irish have been known to be very long-lived. And they don't take anything for granted or anything. So, I'm glad to see that. I really am, because there was I saw some articles that were not really truthful. And they were saying, oh, this and that and the other, which is not really true. It sounded like they weren't doing their homework. Yeah. Yesterday in the space exploration world, SpaceX launched their Starship early yesterday morning. And the launch went really well up until the ship separated, the stages separated and everything. And the first stage landed in the Gulf, which was planned. And then the second stage, they used more of a control landing for the first stage, like they do with the regular Starlink launches. But they did not land that on land. They just had it land in the Gulf. I'm sorry. First stage, she flew by an hour, which is good. And where it was originally was supposed to go, first stage was supposed to fly and then land in the Pacific Ocean. They wanted to get more trajectory and get more information as much as they could. Well, a little after an hour, they have not heard back from the ship. And she apparently burned up in the atmosphere. But some pieces of it fell into the Indian Ocean. Indian Ocean, the area of the Indian Ocean is, ships don't use it, particularly regular area. Anyway, it's used for, like satellites and whatever that fall in there, and everything is, and the leftover space equipment and everything down there is used for habitat for fishes, and the equipment is environmental friendly for them, okay? Because there's no fuel, the fuel is spent and everything else, so. Let's see. But otherwise, they're the information they got back, they're still studying it on the information. They're still studying it. And so it's going to take a while until they gather all information. Then they're going to build another ship, and that'll be the fourth ship for the fourth test launch. And if that's successful, then they will use it to launch test pilots and everything else to what they need to do. But right now, they're just doing autonomous launching and everything with nobody on board, no cargo on board or anything, just so they could just test it and test the engines and everything and find out what's wrong and or what works, what doesn't work. And that's all flight test is. You're testing the product. And you want to test it, learn from it, improve it, and that's done on everything, okay? Same way with airplanes. Of course, right now, Boeing is in dire straits because they messed up. And Boeing should have kept everything in-house. They should have not outsourced any of the major components that put the airplane together. Outsourced those, like the wings, the fuselage, and everything else. That should all be done in-house. In-house by I mean in the plant itself. The plant builds their own components. Because when I first started working for Boeing, we were building our own fuselages. We were, most of the fuselages were being built down in Kansas because we had a Kansas plant. Yeah, they are. Anyway, the Kansas plant. And it used to be a Boeing B-17 plant as well. It used to be. But they built the 737, 747, 787, and 767 fuselages in that plant in Kansas. And then distributed by rail, by train. So they go to their, destinations. This is way before South Carolina got their plant. And they build I think they build the 787 in South Carolina. But anyway, all that is shipped up here. And I remember coming to work and the train would come in, back the fuselage down there. Of course, I had to wait until it was done backing down. And then I had to cross to get to work. Because I worked at the Renton plant. And made sure, I typed in the rejection tags and everything else. That way the guys on the floor would have the history of the parts. Well, since I left there 20 years ago, all that's gone now. Only just one little line on their rejection tag. That's not enough information for a part. And Boeing should go back to bringing things back in-house, double check everything, do quality control that way, and I think everything should be built in-house, not outsourced. Because a lot of times if you outsource, you're taking a chance on another company not doing everything up to specifications. Okay? They have a tendency to price gouge, and you don't want that. So, I hope Boeing is able to get things straightened out and they get, start using common sense and getting back things. Now, the guy that did the whistleblowing, I find that kind of suspicious that he was found dead last week. And I kind of wonder if somebody didn't do him in. Maybe somebody from within the company that did him in. Because it's kind of suspicious, Normally, whistleblowers stay alive and they, put out the information and everything else. So somebody's hiding something, okay? I feel sorry for his family on that. Now, the guy that was the whistleblower, he was a plant manager at the South Carolina plant. And he was saying, hey, something's not being done right here. Okay? You can't cut corners when they're building an aircraft. He's been with the company for 30 years. He knows how things work. Okay? Um, so, what? Wait, what? Okay, okay. Loki wants his lunch. Right? Want your lunch? Um, so I kind of wonder if somebody up in the hierarchy was trying to um, shut the guy up. So that I hope they investigate this thoroughly. I really do. Because whistleblowers are supposed to be protected. Now, you're a good boy, Loki. So anyway, other than that, what else do you want to talk about, Dorothy? Wish some of my other friends are here. They're probably dealing with the aftermath of the storm because I know some of the tornadoes were like in Ada, Oklahoma, Ohio, um, some parts of the Midwest. Thunderstorms. I don't know if did you get any thunderstorms in your area, Dorothy? We're somewhat cloudy here, but it's not. It's really sunny. It's really kind of nice. Ah, that sounds like cool. I'm happy for you, Dorothy. I wish I had grandkids. Uh, sadly, I don't. Okay, good. Well, still keep your eye to the sky. Because of the because all the storms. You have to remember on this weather pattern here, most of the storms all the storms come in from the west, so they're heading like your direction. Um, so just keep an eye out. Go to the National Weather Service or NOAA. Be sure to have like a NOAA radio or something like that, because you never know what Mother Nature will do. Things pop up very quickly. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Be sure to insist, persist, and push back. Vote. Yell at your senator and rep, and even if the red state, still yell at them because they work for you. They're supposed to work for you. Remind them that they work for you. Okay? I don't have the problem here because I live in a blue state. So, oh, I will. And I'll keep you posted on my hand too, what the doctor's going to say about it and everything. And I'll be picking up my new glasses, and I'll be able to wear my new glasses now. My other glasses that I have, I can't see much out of them anymore, so my eyes have really changed. So I will see you later. I will post this on my YouTube channel. Be sure to like and subscribe there. And tell your friends about. Be sure to share. I don't mind the sharing. I don't at all, because you want the word out there. It's what you want. So, okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Love you. See you later, Dorothy. Okay, thank you. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.